Hello, everybody. I am just going to hang out here for a couple of minutes until some people start to come in, and then we can talk. Okay, just waiting for a few minutes. Hi, whoever's here. I tried to get on a little bit earlier, but I had a problem getting on because for some reason it wasn't letting me, it had the next button grayed out, and I couldn't get on, so I had to start from scratch. So here we are. It is a little chilly in my neck of the woods. I don't know how it is where you are, but it's beginning to feel a lot like winter, and I'm not enjoying it. I have my throw, so I can kind of snuggle. It's getting to be that time of year again. I'm happy to be here with everybody tonight, and I hope we can get a nice group together. Hi, Myra. Thank you. I am. I have been trying really hard to fight off uh, a bug that I thought I might be getting, but thankfully so far I'm good. So I've been taking lots of vitamin C and I've been drinking lots of tea. And I have to get back to the supermarket tomorrow to get my International Delight creamer because I cannot drink tea any longer without it. It's so delicious. It's like dessert in a cup. I really, really love it. Yeah, I'm trying. Well, hello there, Denise. How are you? Um, yeah, so it's all good. I mean, thank goodness. I have to tell you, I went to the movies last weekend, and it was a movie I was very much looking forward to seeing. It was The Good Liar. And I don't know if any of you have seen it. That was the movie with Ian McKellen and Helen Mirren. Wonderful, wonderful performances by both. Absolutely. Everyone in New York was sick. Doesn't surprise me. There's a lot of that going around. It's been so disgusting. So I'm happy to see some of the group here tonight. So that's nice. I don't know if any of you have seen that movie. I was really looking forward to it. Coming Attractions had me, and I found that it was a little bit slow going in the beginning, and then it kind of picked up. One of the difficulties for me in watching the movie, I adore Helen Mirren. She's just wonderful. And Ian McKellen as well. But the strange thing is, while I was, yeah, it's so great, Myra, to have the group together. N'est-ce pas? Your speed is Frozen. Let me tell you, I would love to see Frozen too. I saw Frozen and I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed all the music. There must be a little bit of the kid left in me, I'm thinking. This movie, though, when I started to watch Ian McKellen, he, in the beginning, reminded me of a dear family friend from when I was young. And the whole time I was watching him, I really felt like I was watching that guy. His name was Bill. Did I say? Oh, wow. That is really strange. Wow. Because the second guy he reminded me of, as the movie kept playing on, was this other guy who was in my life many years ago and a very significant part of my life at the time. His name was also Bill. So the whole time I was watching Ian McKellen, I was kind of lost in reverie. But when the movie was over, there was dead silence in the theater. You know how when a movie is over, people, they whisper things to each other, or they're animated, or there's some kind of emotion. There's something. It was dead silent. So I finally looked at a couple of people and I said, "What did you think?" So people started talking at that point. For me, I'm not sure whether I liked the movie or not. And that's an unusual thing for me to say. Again, I don't want to divulge anything about the movie because if any of you have not seen it yet, and choose to see it. I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but the backstory had me, I felt it was a little bit convoluted. That's the only thing that I will say. And when a theater full of people is left dead silent at the end, I think it's odd. So I don't know. This coming weekend, I'm supposed to go see, what is the name of it? All of a sudden, I'm going blank on it. It's a movie about a black family. I know Cats is coming, and I cannot wait to see that. I saw the coming attractions, and I really want to see it. Let me see if I can find that other movie. Oh, I think it's on the phone that I'm on. Yeah, this is not the right phone. I can't think of the name of the movie. It was something I'd never heard of before, but it's playing at one of the arts theaters here, and I'm considering going. It would be more of an afternoon movie and then going out to dinner afterwards to that Persian restaurant again. It was so good. Yeah. I've been seeing everything that's come out. I loved the one about Harriet Tubman. I've loved so many of the movies that I've seen. I also very much wanted to see the it's a wonderful, what is it, Wonderful Day in the Neighborhood, whatever it is. I really want to see that. Tom Hanks does such a great job that I really would like to see it. There was only one movie that we had seen that I really didn't like at all, and that was about this strange woman going on this crazy, yeah, the one about Mr. Rogers, going on this crazy expedition. It was a crazy, crazy movie. So, yeah, I have thoroughly enjoyed going to the movies. I also want to stay home one day and watch The Irishman because it's 3.5 hours, and I really didn't want to see that in the movies. It's too long, but it's on Netflix, and I have Netflix, so I definitely want to see that. But I'll do that hopefully at some point very soon. What I wanted to talk about a little bit today, though, is that a friend, a recent friend, somebody I only met this past summer, but he's become a good friend, and he's somebody that I really care about. Yes, you have to be ready to camp. Um, I've been talking to him on the phone a lot. He's older and he's had some issues. I know, having the kids all the time, Sandy. But the this guy wasn't feeling well. Actually, he had fallen, and he also was having a problem filling with fluid. And he was in the hospital weeks ago, and he came out, and he went back in the hospital about, I think it's about 9 or 10 days now. And I am really very concerned about him at this point and praying that he can come out of this and get back home. But he sounded terrible. And I've been, he's alone, as so many of us are at this point. And he needed to talk often. And he would call me sometimes twice a day. And I would listen to him, and he would tell the same stories often, over and over again. But you're absolutely right, Denise. We should congratulate Sandy on her clean bill of health. So, Sandy, yes, congratulations on 5 years. And that is a gift. It really is. I'm happy for you. Um, okay, I'm going to get back to this guy now because I feel as if there is a really good lesson. I know you held your breath. Believe me, I know. Yeah, I'm going to be holding my breath for this next one myself. That's going to be in January. Um, I was listening to this guy talk to me about whatever he felt like talking about at any given moment. And the thing for me was that it was hearing the same stories over and over again. And you can get irritated or not want to hear it again. But I knew he couldn't help it. He was just fluid buildup, and he had fallen, so he hurt himself in addition. But the fluid buildup is what really frightens me for him, because he's in heart failure, and that's difficult. So they try in different ways to drain the fluid and to give him Lasix or whatever it is to help reduce the fluid buildup, but it keeps coming back. And then you know how things start to break down, and it's just very hard. It's just very hard. And I think one of the lessons in it that comes up really as a sharp truth for me is that you really need to, anybody you care about, you really need to tell them how you feel. You need to be there for them. If you have a disagreement with somebody you care about, make it right. Exactly, Myra, because he's alone. But my feeling is that the last thing you want is to have regret for something that you didn't get said or done while somebody was here on this planet. Because none of us knows when it's going to be that moment that we all have to face at some point or another. And I don't want to get maudlin about it. I don't want to get depressing about it, but it is what it is. Sandy says Denise is being operated on in January. She can't put her foot in her mouth. Oh, hi, Patty. Nice to see you. And yes, indeed, I cannot believe that Christmas is coming. It's just so fast. It's, wow. I can't believe it. It's one day, I guess it started right before Thanksgiving, where I started to see the lights going up on some of the houses. She really is being operated on. Yeah, Sandy's letting us know that Denise is going to be operated on in January. Thanks, Patty. You'll still have the other foot. Yes, indeed. So, I started to see the lights up on the houses, and it makes me realize how quickly time is going by. The seasons are flying by, one after the other. I am totally dreading winter. We did have snow yesterday, and January 2nd, Denise is telling us January 2nd that she's going to have surgery for her foot. I know you'll be fine. I know you will. And yes, I mentioned BJ. That is really funny. That never would have occurred to me in a million years. Sandy shares with us that she told Denise that she watched my last video in which I mentioned BJ's, and Sandy thought it was sexual. That's why your tree stays up till February 20th. Yeah, it all goes by so fast. And as I say, the lights are on now, and all the craziness of Black Friday and all the things, and there's a frenetic nature to this season. And I feel as if we're all kind of rushing life away, one holiday to the next. but I'm really, really dreading this winter. If it's a bad snowy winter, I just, I just can't do it anymore. And my leg really hurts when the barometric pressure changes a lot. I could do the weather. I would be really good at it. So years ago, before they had the satellites that made these people more accurate, I would have been a great, great um, reporter of weather. So on that note, it is what it is. I have been really, really tired. I've been doing a lot of stuff for the house, getting it ready, getting things done, working on the stuff that I'm doing online. And I find that I am perpetually, it did melt. I'm perpetually tired. Send meals to Denise. Bob only knows microwave cooking. Did I ever find the other good boot? I'm trying to remember which boot was the good boot. I'm not sure which one you mean. Was it a boot that I was going to wear? I have not found my pajar boots, the ones that I wore. I know they're down in the basement somewhere, but I'm not sure where. I'm really not sure where. And it's getting to the point now where I'm losing control of a lot. Yeah, it might be under the bed, but I can't get down there because if I get down under the bed, I can't get up again. I literally cannot get up off the floor. So I've got a serious problem. I need somebody here. Yeah, I don't have the ones that I love. I do love a mirror. Yeah, but I'm not sure if I could get down low enough. I could do it when somebody else is here, except God knows what they're going to see under the bed because I haven't been able to clean under the bed either anytime recently. So it is what it is. The dogs are doing fine, thankfully. I got a little bit frightened today. um, yes, yeah. One of the guys that I know he's been sick for over 3 weeks now. He's been to doctor after doctor after doctor. And but I'm not talking about the one who's in the hospital is a friend who just started to go into heart failure, or at least it started to get worse. So I'm very, very concerned about him. He doesn't sound the same. He sounds frail, and he said he hasn't even been getting out of bed at the hospital. And yeah, I'm really, really worried about him. I did have a nice Thanksgiving. It was the Thanksgiving that almost wasn't because I was supposed to go out with his whole family to a restaurant. And I got ready very early. I was so proud of myself that I did that. I was all dressed, I was ready to go, and I could not find my glasses. I searched the entire house probably 5 times, couldn't find my glasses. I never found those glasses. I don't know where they are. So what had happened was I said, there's no way that I could drive because it was about 40 miles away from here in a place that I'm totally unfamiliar with. And I had no clue how I would get there. So ultimately, he called me to see where I was and how close I was. And I said, I haven't left the house yet. And I said, just forget about me. I'm going to stay home. You think they are under the bed, huh? I don't know. I'll certainly try to find out. I really well, I was going to say I should ask Linda to come over and let her look under the bed, but she probably couldn't get up either, so that wouldn't work. Um, I changed bags. I didn't change bags Right before that, I had change bags. I have no clue where I put them. Finally, I was supposed to be out there, and it's a 40-minute ride minimum on a good day, not under the chair. And it was about, I was supposed to be there at 4. It was about 20 to 4 when I finally found an extra pair of glasses, which, by the way, are these. It's missing the side, but I did find them in my armoire. So you think it's in the car or a jacket pocket? Probably not a jacket pocket. I did look in the car because in the car on top, I have a glass case. I'm guessing a lot of cars have that, and I thought it might be there, but it was not. So it was now about 20 of 4, and I said, okay, I will come out. I'm not sure if I can make it. And on top of everything else, my GPS is not talking to me these days. For some reason, there is something screwy. There are a lot of screwy things with the car, but the GPS is not talking to me. So if I'm not looking at the screen, I don't know where to turn. And you don't want to be looking at the screen when you're on a highway and you're driving and it's already getting dark out and you're going to a place you've never been before. So it was really not a pleasant ride. But at one point, I did hit a little bit of traffic near my house. Once I got about 10 minutes away, there really was not much traffic at all. At one point, I'm embarrassed to say that I looked down and I was doing 81. So I slowed down and I did get there, actually only 15 minutes late, which surprised me no end. So I got there a quarter after 4. It was very nice. The family was lovely. Everybody was very nice to me. The food, unfortunately, was not great. I really didn't love it. I have Waze on my phone, and I was using Waze that night, and Waze didn't talk to me either. So there's some screwy thing going on with the car, and yet, oh, I'm glad I did too, Marla. Oh, thanks a lot. What I love about this sweater, aside from the color, is that it's toasty warm. I just came across all my winter stuff, and while I was redoing the closet downstairs, and I really worked hard on that closet, I tore it apart. I mean, I did, what is it, the KonMari? I don't remember the exact pronunciation of it, but that method of decluttering. I decided that I was going to, after I did my linen closet, I really had a desire to work on all the closets and to have them all looking really good. I'm looking to see, oh, it is on this phone. So this ultimately is what I accomplished, but I took every single thing. Now, this part of it, the double hung part, goes all the way across behind the wall that is here, and it's pretty deep into that side. And just past this, I did find some great stuff to sell. On the other side is a long hanging area. So what I managed to do, I took every single thing out of the closet. My bed and my chair in that room looked like either somebody threw up or there was an explosion in my room. But one of the things that I did, in addition to putting everything back that I was keeping, and I also put a lot of the stuff back that's for sale on my store, but at least it's now in the closet, so it's out of my way because I had stuff everywhere. I still have stuff everywhere. I try to have neat kind of bags of stuff, but it's everywhere. I have 434 items on the store now. That's a lot of stuff. So, so far, I have managed to find everything that everybody has bought. Once I didn't think I would, but I did. But anyway, I came across big bin of my winter clothes, so I also emptied drawers and put all the winter clothes in, and in the nick of time. So I was happy for that. And it's really nice to have everything organized, at least in that area. So I'm going through it a little bit at a time. And as I say, anything that I don't want, I'm just taking pictures of and trying to list so I can get it out of my house, hopefully. So again, working on all that stuff and going out a bit, it's tiring. It's really tiring. I wish that I could be working. I really wish that I could be working. I just miss that so much. And, just feeling productive. Well, I do feel productive in the sense that I'm getting stuff done. As soon as I can, Sandy, I have an attorney who had given me advice to wait a little bit. So I will be doing it, but I'm not sure exactly when. It will be sometime in 2020. Um, but I want to have it ready. And I'm going to try to get somebody to share the place with me temporarily to have some income coming in to make it a little bit easier if I can do that. So I'm taking it a day at a time. I'm trying not to stress about what I cannot control. I have started doing my meditations again, and they're enormously helpful for me. They really are. And I truly believe that they can put your head in a good place so that you can have better things coming into your life than when you're feeling stressed all the time and you have negative thoughts running through your brain all the time. So I'm happy about that. It's Nothing has changed appreciably, except that I have one old client who gives me the impression that he really is going to put his house on the market sometime relatively early in 2020. So if that does happen, certainly psychologically, it's going to be a big boost for me, and I'll help him find another place. So all of that makes me happy, and I'll kind of take it from there, one step at a time. And again, I'm trying not to get ahead of myself. One of the things that David had said to me a while ago, and it was really so true, is that I worry so much about what step 4 is in my plan for the future that I don't do step 1 because I'm afraid of step 4. And it's really true. So I'm trying to take it one step at a time in a natural kind of progression and just let it happen exactly as it's meant to happen. So, doing the best I can. Most of the time, I'm relatively successful at it for now. And when I'm not, I try to find things to do to make it a little bit better and to kind of keep my equilibrium. I discovered that for me, a lot of people like to do, if they're feeling particularly stressed, they like to take some kind of medication for it. I've never been big on that. So, but I discovered for me that chamomile tea is very, very soothing for me. So, on the rare occasions now, thankfully, when I feel particularly stressed, I'll make myself a cup of chamomile tea. I bought, Sandy says that would be wine and pot. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I've had loads of suggestions from friends who would be probably very happy to indulge with me, but not my style. And I'm doing the very best I can. I have learned so much through this process. Nobody ever wants the kind of really terrible time that I've had in my world for, well, it's actually over 2 years now, because it started with my going to that first doctor who misdiagnosed me for the longest time. And, that's over 2 years. Well, I started over 2 years ago. And it's difficult time to go through, but I really believe that sometimes I know, sometimes the hardest things we have to face in life are the things that bring us the greatest lessons. When they are over, it's always been the case in my world where I feel as if I'm grateful for the lesson. That's funny. Again, Sandy is sharing with us, at least I have adult conversation. She said she had a fart discussion with a 3-year-old, which could only be fascinating knowing the 3-year-old. I would love to spend time with the kids, though I really would. And enjoying the kids when they're small is so great because they get older, their worlds expand, and they are no longer a huge part of our lives. And I miss that big time. I really do. Um, yeah, yeah, I would love to see that, Sandy. So, yeah, as I said, the lessons that are the hardest, I mean, the things that happen to us that are the most difficult are the things that tend to bring us the greatest lessons. And I'm always grateful for the lesson, and I always pray that I never have to face that particular lesson again. So I'm praying that all is well and continues to stay well. And that's all that I can do on that level. I have to go see my plastic surgeon very soon. I know I have an appointment in December. It could even be next week. I'm not sure. I'm going to have to look it up. And I have um, my appointment with my surgical oncologist in January, and that's going to be my next scan. I would like to get to the point, hopefully, where it can be 6 months between instead. Well, now it's 4 months, every 4 months. So, but listen, I won't complain. I won't complain about the pain. I won't complain about the the swelling that I get. Some days more difficult for walking, as long as it is what it is. I see that it came through, Sandy, and I'll check it when I'm off. Thanks. So, yeah, it's all something that I'm willing to deal with. It's still swelling. Yeah, it still swells up. Some days are worse than others. It's, I stopped going to the gym, which I don't think helps, but uh, okay. Um, so now I forgot what I was going to say. Just lost it. Lost it. So bear with me for a minute. Let me see if there was, oh, the swelling, right. Yeah, it does happen definitely when the weather changes. If I do too much activity, I am still, however, practicing on the steps. Instead of just putting both feet on each step, I'm practicing walking one foot on each step. I can't do it for a whole flight of stairs, but I can do it for a few steps at a time. Okay, I'll take a look at it, Sandy. And I'm grateful for that because it makes it a lot faster to get anywhere than it was the other way. And I find that I get nervous sometimes, like today. I decided to go out for a slice of pizza tonight because I had not, I have not been out of the house for 2 days with the weather. So I decided I needed to get out. And fortunately, the snow melted because I'm always afraid of the steps with the snow. And especially now, because if I fell, it would be dreadful. But when I parked a half a block away from the pizza place, I uh, I had to walk over some wet leaves And that frightened me because I know wet leaves can be very slippery. So it's things that I never would have thought of before that have certainly impacted on my life a great deal. So, yeah, I just want to stay well and hope that it doesn't come back again. So that would be a great gift. And that is my story for today. So, does anybody have a story that they want to share? Do I use the cane? I use the cane some of the time, and I keep, hi, you just ordered an infrared heating pad? It sounds good. Um, I find the heated seats in my car help me tremendously. I keep a cane in the trunk of my car. I have one on the landing upstairs. I have one downstairs. So I have it wherever I am, just in case it's interesting, because I have two canes downstairs that used to be my aunt's. Actually, one of them had been my grandfather's, and my grandfather died. Oh my God, he died, I think, when I was, I don't know, somewhere between 6 and 8. But his cane has been here. Doesn't have that thing on the bottom, and canes used to be a different circumference. So I don't know if I could find one, but I do have that cane here. And my aunt had one that was not lucite, but it was semi clear, sort of slightly pinkish. So it's good. Oh, oh wow. You watch me on your 65-inch TV. That's much too big. Must look terrible. That big. I have to tell you though, yeah, I have no television anywhere near that size. My big screen TV is 40 inches, and that to me is wonderful. So yeah, but it's really great, bigger than life, exactly. Yeah, every wrinkle would show. So, oh, thank you so much. That's so kind. That really is so kind. But I listen, it's all good. By the way, take a look at my skin. Tell me what oh, the chair moved. I look great on it. No wrinkles. Oh my God, yippee-i-okay. But take a look. I've been using a new product, and I'm going to do a video on it hopefully tomorrow if I can get it loaded. I have found out through one of my dear, more tech savvy friends than I, that if I can use a different kind of software, I might be able to load a shorter video. I still have that problem with my computer not recognizing my videos on my phone. So yeah, what I'm saying is this new product that was sent to me, it's a L'Oreal product, and I really like it. They gave it to infrared is better, goes deeper into the muscle. I would, yeah, that sounds certainly reasonable. Um, but this was they wanted me to use it for 30 days and to see how my skin responded to it. And I think it's responding really well. So I have no complaints. So I'm going to share that with you. I forgot what it's called. It is L'Oreal. It's like a rosy tone. Um, it's like a tinted moisturizer. It's thick. And I think I had done a tiny little bit of a thing on it. It might be on the other phone though. I'm not going to waste the time looking for it now. Um, it's very thick, and it has a very familiar scent that is, I guess, a L'Oreal scent that I've had in the past with other products. It has a definite rosy tone to it as you apply it. You apply it in a circular motion, and totally different than what I've been used to with the water drench, because the water drench is very, very emollient, very, very moisturizing. This one is much thicker, but it did a good job because, again, I can't complain. And I'll come in really close where I think it's not bad. It's really not bad. You had to wash your face with a bar of Dove? Oh, yes. Actually, you know what else is really good for your face is that coconut oil, the Kaminsky. Oh, yes. Started watching that, Sandy. I actually liked it a lot. It looks good on your iPad. Yeah, I found it really interesting. I didn't think I was going to like it, but I did. I really did. I think they're both excellent in it. And yeah, I haven't seen it lately, but I really should go back to seeing it. Oh, hi, it's nice to see you. I'm glad you're here, Dolores. I hope all is well with you and the family. I saw you with the kids, that picture you had with the kids on the stairs. Great shot. You saw first season just came on. Yeah, I definitely enjoyed the few shows that I saw. So yeah, and I noticed that tonight they just had Shark Tank just came back on. So that's always fun for me to watch. There's a lot that I want to see on Netflix. I don't have Netflix on the TV in my bedroom though, so I can't watch it when I go to bed and when I get up in the morning, which is when I tend to watch a lot of my TV, or during the night when I can't sleep. So all of that is really good, but yeah, I want to. It's hysterical. Yes, I know there was some really, really funny bits to it. I enjoyed it a lot. I think they work well together, and the writing is good. And of course, ultimately, that's what it's all about. Yeah, in a crazy way, it kind of reminds me a little bit of Grace and Frankie. I had the same feeling about that when I first started to watch it, and then I was binge watching it. So yeah, I enjoy that. I think they have some very interesting series on. And again, I just have not had as much time to watch as I normally would because I've been busy with so many other things. And I try. It's funny. Linda had said to me at one point, "Really, lemon bars? That sounds good, Denise." Yeah, that really sounds good. By the way, Denise, that cake was gorgeous. Oh my God. Yeah, Grace and Frankie is terrific. That cake was gorgeous, Denise. I would love to try to make that myself. The only thing is, with me being alone, what am I doing making cake? I'd have to eat it. I'm still working on those truffles. Yeah, I binge watched Grace and Frankie too. Yeah. I also came across an old recipe that was a wonderful recipe for zucchini bread. And I love zucchini bread. I really do. So I might want to make that too. I also, in terms of food, when I went to this restaurant that we go to often with the girls on Thursdays, hi, Rosanna, nice to see you. When we go to that restaurant, I've been trying to eat in a more healthy way. So they have this wonderful salmon that they have heavily crusted on the bottom, the skin. You're going nuts baking. I should be there. I should be down visiting you. Sounds good. So they have that, and I usually get it. I usually get it with linguine, but I decided the way they typically serve it is with zucchini. And I finally decided one week to get it with the zucchini. It was delicious. The zucchini was wonderful. I have to try to replicate it. They had, well, no, the capers were in, they have a sauce for the fish that I'm trying to, that I am trying to figure out so that I can replicate. I think there's some kind of a base. um, the girls are all talking about cooking and baking at this point. So the sauce for the fish is a Dijon mustard sauce, and it's really very tasty, and it's made with capers. I know there's some kind of stock as a base in there. I can taste it, but I have to figure it out because I really want to try to do that. Dolores sent a Swiss buttercream recipe. You're getting a new KitchenAid on Monday? Oh, it's funny. I was cleaning out the cabinet under the sink downstairs in what used to be my mother and my aunt's apartment down here. And I came across my aunt's old KitchenAid bowl, that huge, heavy, I can't even lift it out of the thing. But my God, it's got to be so old, that thing. I can't believe it because I mean, she had it when they moved in here. She had it for a long time before they moved here. I moved here in 86. So she had to have had it at least, I would say 15 years before that. So I think it probably qualifies as an antique at this point. But I have to see if I can ever get it out of there, if it's intact enough. What is cladware? I don't know. I have to also start making my soups in the Vitamix for the winter. They are so good. They really, and you can make so many different kinds of soup. I find it astounding that you can have a perfectly delicious, steaming hot bowl of soup in 6.5 minutes. I don't know how that's doable, but it works. I have made broccoli cheese soup. I have made a cauliflower cheese soup. I've made soup with carrots and potatoes in a kind of a cream soup. What? A white glass? Is what white glass? I'm confused. I'm confused. Oh, it's what I missed Dolores's comment. Dolores was saying that her husband's grandmother lived to be almost 100, and she made the best Dayton nut loaf. I love Dayton nut loaf. I love it with cream cheese. Oh, yes, absolutely. I absolutely love that. I used to get that, I think it was at Schrafft's many, many years ago when I worked in the city. And I used to get it toasted and I had it with cream cheese on it. And it was so good. And I must say that when King's Supermarket was here, they had an incredibly delicious date nut loaf. It was really, really good. That was good. It's pots and pans. You still have your mom's 1954 Sunbeam. You've never made soup in your Vitamix? You should try it. Rosanna, it's wonderful. It's it does. It really does. What happens is, I guess the centrifugal force of whatever it is. I have to tell you, Sandy, the toaster oven air fryer, I was looking at it. As a matter of fact, yes, it is yummy, Patty. There was an air fryer that I saw online somewhere, and I think I saved the picture of it. Oh, okay. Um, I saved the, shoot, wait a minute. Oh, my aunt's old KitchenAid, I think it was yellow. And I think it was, I don't know, you could eat a block of cream cheese. Oh my God. Um, I would love to make date nut loaf. I would love to make all that stuff. It's really bad. But it's kind of when you're alone, what are you going to do with all this stuff? I don't know. But I really should try to make some of that stuff again. Everything that you make looks wonderful, Dolores. I would be a blimp if I ate all that stuff. I really would. I'm trying very hard to maintain my weight. But yeah, let me go back to the soup for a minute. I still get the meals, Myra. I do. I can't eat a lot of them, but I still get them. Yeah, you make them and you don't actually eat them. With the soup, what happens is it's at such a high revolution that, and the motor is so strong, I know, that it's amazing. I would say you start to see the steam coming out of the Vitamix maybe about 30 seconds to a minute before it's finished. And when you pour it out, it is steaming hot soup. Absolutely amazing to me. So yeah, wouldn't it be nice if we had the old metabolism? Get new baking soda and baking powder. I also used to make David loves. I make a sour cream coffee cake that David loves, and I used to make it for him all the time. They were thinking of possibly coming in for, well, I guess between Christmas and New Year's, but that looks like it's not going to happen now. They just moved. Excuse me. They moved into an apartment for now, and they're going to be closing on the condo on Friday. So it's been a crazy busy time for them too. The business is ramping up again, and so they've been really, really busy. So I'm disappointed that I'm not going to get to see them yet again, but one of these days I'm sure it'll work out. Fortunately, I'm keeping busy enough myself at this point that it's not my be all and end all, because for a long time it got me really depressed when they were not able to come. So also her mother just hurt herself. Apparently she got twisted with the dogs. Yes. And she injured her shoulder. So she dislocated, and apparently they're going to have to do some kind of surgery on her. I forgot to ask which shoulder because her mother is an artist. Dolores is banned from the commune. No, I think we need to have Dolores in the commune. Dolores can do all the baking. Yeah, we each would have our little assigned jobs. I know, they are delicate. My mother at one point had broken a shoulder also. It was the dog pulled her and she fell and she broke her shoulder. It was terrible. But I think the worst thing that ever happened to her was she broke a couple of ribs, and that was terrible. You'll do all of the eating. I'll vote for that. Yeah, I would also be happy to volunteer as a taste tester. That would work for me. I have to tell you, those the chocolate truffles were a big hit. The entire box, 26.8 ounces, that I gave them on Thanksgiving was gone days ago. So I still have, I'm on the second, there were three little pouches in each box, and I'm on the second pouch of the first box. So I'm not doing too badly. Oh, that, yes. Oops. My mother was my mother was a very pretty woman. She really was. Um, no, they didn't move over the summer. They were trying to sell the old place, but it didn't sell. They put in their order for Christmas cookies. I'm sure that they did. That's right. Yeah, that is a good idea. Or, Denise, I can send you some of my stuff from Meals on Wheels. You'll just love it. Today for lunch, actually, it was meatloaf, mashed potatoes, and carrots and gravy. The meatloaf, actually, I did take a picture of it because it's funny what they call meatloaf. Again, I hope it's on this phone. Oh darn, it's not. It's on the other one. That's too bad. Yeah, it is not. It is not a stunningly lovely thing. It is what it is. I have to tell you, they had one of the things that they did was they delivered a meal to me from this restaurant called Runyon's for Thanksgiving. Now, I'm sure this is going to be a really silly question for most of you because I'm guessing most normal people have had sweet potato pie in their lives. Have you? I personally have never had sweet potato pie in my life. This is what they delivered to me with that meal from that restaurant for Thanksgiving. You made hot chocolate last night with cocoa powder, sugar, 2 truffles, milk, and whipping cream, and a dot of vanilla and a pinch of salt. Yum, yum. I have to tell you, changing diapers. And Sandy, have no doubt we would keep you very busy with changing diapers. I have to tell you, this sweet potato pie was so delicious that I want to make it. I definitely want to make it. So if anybody has a great recipe for sweet potato pie, let me know because I intend to make one. And if not, I'll find something. It was so bloody good. I mean, I didn't know sweet potato pie tastes like dessert. It was, oh my God. I'm not, listen, you're going to have to read that one for yourselves. Sandy said, you can't bake fancy, can't knit. You do diapers. Yeah, well, I definitely want to. I'm feeling a little bit more domestic lately. That's interesting. Sweet potato pie, oh my God. As I had never had, and this is going to sound bizarre as well, I had never had cranberry sauce, a lot like pumpkin pie. That's what people tell me, but I've never had pumpkin pie either. So I have no idea what that tastes like. But after having this, I could have it every once a week, every week. I would be very happy to do that. So that was so yummy. Sweet potato balls, really. Mm. I used to make this sweet potato thing that I guess a lot of people make with marshmallows and pineapple, YouTube, evaporated milk, and the spices. Yeah. No, I've never had pumpkin pie either. You like you like sweet potato pie better, Barbara? I am not. You ladies are having a very interesting side conversation. It is, I'm going to stick to the conversation I'm on because I don't want YouTube demonetizing me for content. What can I tell you? Okay, on that note, exactly, exactly. You just cannot take her anywhere. That is so funny. Yeah, you have been missed. Son of a gun. Squash pie, I've never had that. You're getting silly. Okay. Yeah, I definitely want to get all that stuff. I'm gonna make a sweet potato pie, and I definitely want to make the zucchini bread as well. Oh my God, so true. I want to make that zucchini bread because it was really, really delicious. So I'm going to do that. And if it comes out good, I will share the recipe. What is it? Oh, okay. Um, I'm at a loss, and I'm not often at a loss for words. You know, I'm pretty good at carrying a conversation. Exactly. Okay, I think what I'm going to do is just let the conversation carry itself, and I'll just take an intermission here. You going up to Louisville next year? Ah, one pie squash from New England. Wow. Yeah, I want to practice that. I don't want to infringe on your area, Dolores, but I'm no threat. But maybe I will if the pie comes out good. And I like to make my own pie crust. I haven't made one in a long time. I used to have this it was a baking sheet. It was a thing from Tupperware that had the different sizes on it so you could roll out the dough. Yes. Um, and so you'd roll it out to the proper size for the pie pan that you were using. But I really enjoyed making my own pie crust, and I made it with butter, and it was just really good. I have never used a hair topper, but I've seen a lot of people do it, and it's been really good. And heavy whipping, I figured that for the garnish. So I think I'd put it around the outside, would I? Um, around the edge. I would tend to think, and maybe a dollop in the middle. That would be nice. Yeah, I used to make chocolate pudding pie. That was really delicious too. You have that Tupperware pie thing? I had it, but I know. I know. Isn't it fun? It really is because we can relate. We can relate, and going through the same things that are sometimes funny and sometimes not so much. You saw what on Aldi? A chocolate pie? I made a pretty healthy one though because I I didn't really. I used to make pie crust no problem. Yeah, I've seen. Yeah, I think didn't she have one on a topper today or yesterday or something? Well, hello, Lauren. Nice to see you. The pie rollout thing. Oh, I don't have mine anymore. To my knowledge, I think it went. somewhere along the line, but I would love to get that again. Yeah, I get that too, Sandy. Um, Whip the cream, put it in a pretty bowl, and a dollop on your own piece. Mm. I have one of those. I had gotten this thing from Tupperware also. It's dark blue and it's like a thing kind of this shape, and it has different tops on it so that you can do whipped cream or things like that in different shapes. I love that thing. I always use that when I bake. I fill it up with the whipped cream and I do that. There is an Aldi. There's an Aldi. It's not too near me, but it's less than an hour's ride, so certainly I could go. Yeah, I missed it and you deleted it before I got to see it. So yeah, I would love to be able to get that again. That would be great. That thing is fabulous. It really is. And then I've also used the bags where you put it in and you twist them and you do it that way. $12.99. Put them in a baking pan before serving. You drizzle a brown sugar and butter mixture over them. Bake for about 15 minutes until lightly brown. Oh, it sounds so good. Chocolate ricotta pie. The crust was more like biscotti. Yeah. Yeah, the Aldi's we have here, I think might not be as big as some of the ones that you guys have. Well, that's good. They deserve that, Sandy. Yeah, that's nice. It is nice to have somebody to kind of chat with, somebody who understands. Well, I have to tell you, I'm in the mood to bake something or cook something or do something. I think I'm gonna have to do that. No Aldi's there either. Yeah, it's been a long time since I've had any desire to cook or bake, but I really would like to do it. It would be nice. Yeah, I think before I took a ride out there, though, I would call to see if they have it because it's too long a ride for nothing. Make another hamburger. The Tupperware one. I really loved that Tupperware one. It was so good. It really was. I think it had 3 or 4 different sizes on it. I also had a Tupperware rolling pin. I think, did you put ice in it or something? Something. So it was cold so the stuff didn't stick. Oh, that sounds like fun. Yeah. Yeah, I definitely call before I go there. So that would be great. Yeah, I think in my old age I want to cook again. Son of a gun. Yes, the ice in the thing was so good. You have your light green Tupperware. Tupperware what? You've been doing survival cooking, me too. The colander. I have a lot of the old Tupperware pieces. Get all the ingredients cold. Yeah, absolutely. That definitely helps. I don't even think I have a rolling pin anymore. I'd have to get a rolling pin because I haven't done that stuff in such a long time. That, oh my God. Wow. Well, it's getting a little bit late, and my Lord, it's been 70 minutes. Look up the values on Tupperware. Really? Oh, I think I threw out a whole box of them down in the basement recently. Ugh, it was the really old stuff. Son of a gun. So I shouldn't have done that, huh? Yikes. Oh well. I still have a lot of stuff anyway. I really that sounds like the best place to be watching this. Um, I am so glad that I came on, Myra. I have been wanting to come on, but there have been so many things going on that I didn't always, have a chance. I am so glad that you all did come. That Tupperware cake holder, I think I still have that. The pipes and lighters, you're right, Lauren. I've got to look that up. I definitely have to look that up. Okay, I'm going to see if yeah, it does. I'm going to see if I can um come on Sunday night. Uh I do have plans during the day Sunday, but I should be around in the evening, so I'm going to try to come on Sunday night. Saturday night, busy, of course. So, no, no, no. What? What? What am I missing, Denise? Oh, okay. I'm so glad that you saw it too. And I'll try to make sure that I come on to the different venues and let everybody know that I'm going to be on my what my YouTube nights. I'm scheduling dates on my YouTube, right? Yeah. Yeah, I do have plans on Sunday afternoon. They could change though, but yeah, I'd like to be here Sunday night and pick up where we left off. It's been really wonderful for me having a chance to spend time with you again, and it always feels like a little party with good friends. So I've enjoyed it, and I always feel like Carol Burnett. I'm so glad we had this time together just to have a laugh and sing a song. On that note, my friends, take care. Have a good night. And I think yeah, I threw away my old Tupperware. Oh well, it is what it is. I'll see what else I can scrounge up. Take care, everybody. Good night. Good night, Barb. Good night, Rosanna. Good night, everybody.